Hello, welcome back. Now, first, let me apologize for my rough appearance. It's been a long day, but after almost a month, I can finally say that the dream shop is done. As you see, a little tour around the shop, what I've done, and how I rearrange everything to sort of fit my needs and my production run and everything. So hopefully this will inspire you, or you'll see some of the stuff that you might include for yourself. So again, it was a big journey, a lot of sweat, a lot of time, a lot of work has been done, but I'm just grateful to finally be done, and I might even take tomorrow a day off, so we'll see about that. So and again, thank you for your support and everything. Now let's head on with the shop tour. We'll start here from the secondary entrance into the shop. This is, like I said, roughing stage, lumber room, let's say. So I have here the bandsaw, and here you'll see only two lights, which is plenty enough. As you can see here, a lot of wood is here, and everything that is left here to do is trim around the windows and the doors here. So today the electrician came in to hook everything up to the main of the electricity of the house, and I'll show you what I've done on the other side as well. So all of the timber and rough out bolts are here in this step up workshop, and again, I only have the bandsaw here, and I have two outlets here. One is for the bandsaw, and the other one if I need to do any work on the outside or anything like that. I have another outlet here. So and I forgot to mention, I need to replace the glass here. I have a bag here. We had a big storm, rainstorm, and a lot of water should obviously get in, so I put this just temporarily to block the break here. So the main part of the shop is here, so I'll give you a wider view from a wide lens on the camera so you can see it a little bit better. Like I said, there are a few little things to sort it out. I still need to buy a compressor. I'm kind of used to it, so that will be in the dust collector room, which is behind this wall. So you see here I have a wire hose here, air hose, and I still have an extra one so I can run it across the shop as well. The other thing is, you can see the lathe stations are done as well. I have two identical dust hoods, and I'll show you that in a few seconds close up. The major addition is the electricity here, so I finally have the lights and everything. I have 5 of these here in the main area of the shop, and this is really bright. I sort of have it dim on the camera a little bit, but it's really nice and bright. I barely need these, maybe for the inside of a ball to have a light, but this is actually really nice setup in terms of the lights, and I'll put on the screen if I could find the specification of these kind of lights. Now all of the wiring that you see here, the outlets and everything, I've done myself. You can save up a lot of money by doing work if you know what you're doing by yourself. The electrician obviously connected everything here in the closet here, the breaker box. So I have, for each outlet I have a separate breaker. These are 20 amps, and for the lights 16, which is overkill, but nevertheless it's better to have it like this. And this is the main one to shut everything down. So you can see I played around to make it nice and neat the best way I can. This is the grayer, the bigger tube here is the main wire from the house, and again I have the outlets. Everything is double outlet, as you'll see very soon. Only this one is single, but I have here the grinder, and probably I won't need the light. Like I said, it's nice and bright, so probably the light won't be necessary. So that's when I mentioned the grinder. This is the station. If you remember this sort of a table, it was a four-legged table, but I just don't have much room here to put the entire table. So what I've done, I kind of like this position right behind the lathe here for the grinder. So what I've done, I've cut it in half with an angle grinder and fixed it to this wall here. So it's now much lower profile and suits my needs quite nicely. So that's another great addition. Another thing is I've sorted out the dust collector ducting here. Like I said, I've ordered from Axminster these flaps here so you can close the area that you're not using. All of these dust hoods are inspired by my mentor Richard Raffin. I cannot find a better way to collect dust at the source of the lathe here, so that's my recommendation on this. This is 100 mil duct work and just goes, as you can see here. I've put the duct tape on the seam just in case, although it's probably not necessary. Again, I have another blast gate here on this area for the Harvey new lathe here, and it extends here, drops down, and I have a hose which I'll need to buy a bigger length, so I'll disconnect this one and put a longer one. So when I'm not using that hose, it will be tucked here in this corner, and this hose will be used for cleaning up this shop and also for the bandsaw here. So it's not ideal, but it's the simplest solution that I could come up with, and it's, again, nice and simple. And to show you this area as well of the shop, this corner, now this was a lovely gift from my wife. I highly appreciate my late uncle here on the left. This is a photoshopped picture, but it's has a much meaning to me, and yeah, basically I have everything because of this man here, everything that I know to work, and basically all the knowledge to make this shop I have because of this man here. So my late uncle, and yeah. Okay, so this area of the shop, under the bench here, under this area, and behind the bench here, which I still have to paint and change the top, but that's, again, that can wait, are the stuff that I rarely use. In these two boxes I have for the plumbing and rough housework. In this one I have another rough tools as well, and you can see here at the moment this is how the battery is charging. I might make another holder or anything like that, but it's not necessary at the moment. Drill press, although I rarely use it, is here. Again, this is from my late uncle. And yeah, I've shown the black paint on the doors and windows, and on this area is sort of a hand tool, electric hand tool, wall and clamps and extension cords. You cannot have enough of these if you're doing any yard work or anything on the outside. It's really nice to have. Although it would be much nicer if all of these wires are hidden behind the wall. It would be much more work to figure out where I want the outlets, and when I have them visible like this and on the outside of the wall of the OSB panels, I can always play around and move these as I need to. Oh, and forgot to mention, today when the electrician, which is a good friend, came by, he taught me how to connect these junction boxes. So this is the light switch, and how to connect this to the lights and everything. So you always learn something if you want to learn. So that's another skill set to have. Now that's probably the furthest on the electricity that I would do any work on. So I never go on the main panel in the house and do any work there. Just I don't feel feel comfortable, I just do this sort of a rough work or inside the house work. So, and on this side, on this corner, I have 3 outlets. So yeah, I forgot I have another single. This one is for this lathe. And on this lathe I have 2 outlets here, so for the lamp, or in this case for this angle drill, which by the way many of you asked, is this an angle grinder? So this is angled drill from Makita. This is the model number DA3011F. It's a really nice drill, and it's really in my opinion, better or more ergonomic when you're sanding, especially on the inside of the ball, instead of like a pistol grip. In this corner I have all of the lathe stuff here, so chucks, and have a plan on expanding on these as well. All of the stuff here, this one needs to go here. So a little bits and bobs on the top here. Sorby slicer is here as well. Now this is my main, let's say, a workhorse lathe, and that's why I have it here on the left. Now for the filming and let's say lighter work, although I'll do some heavy work as well in the near future, quite soon, I'll be mostly using this new Harvey Turbo T40 lathe. You can see here I have a boom arm for the camera, and it's much easier. So all of the chuck keys, vernier calipers, dividers are in the middle of these 2 lathes, so I could reach out. They're relatively close by, so everything is a little bit more focused on the left for this production lathe here, and this one, like I said, will be more of a filming lathe for the YouTube and stuff like that. So, but again, works quite nicely. And now I had a question when I revealed the assembling of this new lathe, that the motor is a little bit louder than maybe more common, let's say, lathes. Now I've actually checked this on the decibel meter on the phone. It's a cheap app, but probably not the best one, but I'm actually not so much curious in readings, more of a comparison. So this one was 74 decibels at 1600 RPM, and this one was, I believe, 67 decibel at the same 1600 RPM. So it's a little bit quieter. Again, everything is nicely made, built, and really nice quality lathe. I will reach out to customer service just to check out if that sound is normal. However, on that demo assembling video, the previous video, I had the microphone pointed out as I have it now, so it maybe picks up my breathing as well. When I have it pointed out at the lathe, it will pick up the sound really loud, so it was maybe louder than it really is. So really try to pick through what I need and what I don't need in the new shop. So I don't have much clutter, and again, the stuff I don't use all that often are tucked away under the bench here, and yeah, that's how it pretty much works for me. And again, I cannot express how I feel when I come into this space, especially now when it's bright and with the lights and everything. Yeah, it's a really nice feeling. And like I said, this lathe is more of a filming and teaching lathe, so all of the students, future students that will come here, will have the opportunity to use the Harvey lathe. This is more of my production lathe, and maybe things will switch around a little bit or moved, although these are quite in their place at the moment, and I quite like these. Again, I cannot stress enough how much I like having the bench here behind the lathe. You can see here it extends all the way to the almost end of the Harvey lathe, and I have a dust hood here, so it picks up a majority of the dust here, and everything goes behind this wall here. And now I had to tweak the Harvey lathe a little bit off the wall, so it's a little bit wider here bench, so I can remove the tailstock here and on the Harvey lathe, so I have a little bit more room or length when I move the Harvey lathe a little bit closer to me. Again, it's a tight squeeze, but I find I could tilt those at an angle, but that way I did try it. I did move them around before I bolt them down, but I didn't like the like at the angle position, so just put them like this, and luckily they fit just as they were meant for this space, so I'm really glad for that. Now for the dust extractor room, I only finished the tongue and groove boards all the way around. I hope maybe on Wednesday the electrician will have a little bit time so we can play around with that switch which is on the dust extractor, which won't allow me to you know, to have a switch on the wire itself, if that makes sense. So you'll have to physically like go in that space to turn it on, and you could shut it off remotely, but you cannot turn it on. So I want to have that switch inside the shop as closest to the lathe as possible. So that's the next, let's say, only big task to do, but that's pretty much it. Again, I cannot express how happy I am, how grateful for this space and everything. It's finally finished. It's basically the bones were here, the rough metal bones of the structure were here. Pretty much everything else my wife and I did with our hands, and there is no better feeling than that. So again, thank you all for support, for watching these workshop saga series. Again, this is the final in this video installments, so in the next video you'll probably see one of the concerns that one of the viewers have with inside of the balls, or maybe with ball gouges or something like that, or cutting beads. So there is a lot on the list to film, since I haven't filmed anything turning related in almost over a month. So once again, thank you all for watching, and see you in the next video.